Alright guys, quick video today is going to be going over how to install a Ferro Concepts banger back panel onto your T.REX ARMS AC1. So, let's get right into it. Alright, so first thing I'm going to do, just to make things a little easier, is just take stuff off that I don't need, like my Onward Research placard. Not entirely necessary, but it's just going to make things a little bit easier. But what you need to do to start things off is kind of just undo your shoulder strap, and then take your front bag, set it aside, because we are just going to focus on our rear bag here. So, with our rear bag set out, we are going to throw our Whiskey 2.4 back panel. We're going to set this up now. There is Velcro, if you can see that, on the inside. That's going to attach to the upper Velcro portion of your rear plate bag. You shouldn't have to take your rear cummerbund off at all, but you will have to tuck it into Velcro section here. Trying not to lose our plate while we're doing this. Trying to get this all kind of as lined up as we can, so you don't have to, once you get it set, you're pretty good to go. But it's annoying because there's just Velcro absolutely in all the annoying places. So that should be, and before we kind of cinch things up here, that should be where I want everything. Just like that. Our HESCO plate is where it should be. Take both of these things and we are going to stuff it inside. It'll Velcro in on itself. Just like that, our Whiskey 2.4 MOLLE back panel is attached. Alright, so now that our MOLLE back panel is officially installed, it's in its permanent home, we are going to set up the Ferro Concepts MOLLE zippers. So, this is what's going to allow us to attach the back panel that we've set up, the banger back panel here. Very, very simple once you do have a section of MOLLE. The one downside, I'll say, to the Whiskey 2.4 being attached specifically to an AC1 is the MOLLE starts very low. So the back panel sits a little bit lower than I would like, but other than that, it's a very nice fit. So what I do is, instead of starting at this very first MOLLE section, is I'll actually use this top section as my first MOLLE, just to get the back panel up as high as I can. Again, because of all this Velcro, it's a little bit annoying. Already cut myself. Alright. So like I mentioned, hangs a little bit lower than I would like. But once it's all kind of zipped together, it comes out pretty good. Alright, hopefully the simplest part of this whole process is getting your Ferro Concepts banger pack onto the plate carrier now. So obviously this is empty right now to make it easier for install. Now what I like to do is take these two little MOLLE tabs here and put them as high up as I can get in the middle, like so. Fold it down, zip it on, and that keeps it really tight. Obviously you would typically do the same with these, but because it sits a little bit lower than what it should, you can't really utilize these as well to keep it tucked onto your back. But I haven't really noticed it flopping around or doing anything crazy anyways. So let's get this on. Like I mentioned, we'll get these on first. These can be very, very annoying to get in there. Once it's through, it will hold itself up. Just like that. Jeez Louise. So now that's on here, we are going to fold this over. Like I mentioned, this should be the nice and easy part, is we're simply just going to zipper this bad boy on. Get the other side. Awesome. Our back panel for the most part is installed. Now what I do is you have, say, various types of Velcro for cable routing, things like that, but you have these two little Velcro spots here, and I actually will route this through one of the cable routing elastic sections. I will use this bit of Velcro here to do that same thing, and I'll Velcro it right onto this kind of side section, and I'll do that same thing over on this side. Velcro it in on itself, and now the back panel is on your AC1. So what I will do now is I will throw the plate carrier back together, just reverse of taking the straps off, and then we're going to fill this back panel. I'll show you what I throw on mine, and kind of conclude it. Alright, so let's get the front of my plate carrier put back together. Start with my Onward Research Assaulters placard, which has been amazing so far. Awesome, got that back on there. Flip her back over to star of the show, the back panel. Alright, let's fill her up. And IFAC, now being that this is on my back panel, it's obviously not for me. This is teamwork oriented, but with still all the essentials you would expect. So I like to keep that in the bottom pouch if a teammate needs to access any additional medical. Also have some chem lights. We'll throw those in there. Nice and simple. Boom, bottom pouch filled up. Now for the purpose of this panel, we do have some new Gen 5 IWA, let's see, these are the M13s, I believe. Yep. So we've got some M13 flashbangs. The Gen 5s are cool. I will do a review comparing those to the old distraction devices that they used to offer. We have one of those left, and now I've got a couple of these new ones. So let's see, that's one. We've got two. Try to make this pin stay under that flap as it's intended, as it's designed, so that doesn't create a catastrophe. And three. That is 3 Gen 5 M13 thermobaric flashbangs and medical in the bottom pouch. And there she is. So now you have your, albeit older, T.REX ARMS AC1 with a nice Ferro Concepts back panel capable of some flashbangs. I've also carried a tourniquet or a multi-tool. I've even thrown like a magnifier in one of these if somebody needs to grab that to throw on their rifle really quick. So I've used this for a multitude of things, but in its current configuration, 3 flashbangs, some medical, some chem lights in the bottom, and it has been a very capable setup.